Yesterday, we have finished reading the Vimangsaka Sutta about investigating the teacher. Today, we are going to read the last sutta of this chapter, the last sutta of chapter 3, steps toward the realization of the truth. Then the Brahmin Chanki, together with a large company of Brahmins, went to the Blessed One, exchanged greetings with him, and sat down at one side. Let's take a look at footnotes number 18. Chanki, he was a prominent Brahmin who ruled over Upasada, a crown property in the state of Kosala that had been granted to him by King Pasenadi. So he was a Brahmin who have some area under him. Yeah, this area is called Upasada, a crown property in the state of Kosala. Number 11. Now, on that occasion, the Blessed One was seated, finishing some amiable talk with some very senior Brahmins. At the time, sitting in the assembly was a Brahmin student named Kapatika. Young, shaven-headed, 16 years old, he was a master of the 3 Vedas with the vocabularies, liturgy, phonology, and etymology, and the histories as a 5th. Skilled in philology and grammar, he was fully versed in natural philosophy and in the marks of a great man. While the very senior Brahmins were conversing with the Blessed One, he repeatedly broke in and interrupted their talk. Then the Blessed One rebuked the Brahmin student Kapatika thus: the Honorable Bharadwaja shouldn't break in and interrupt the talk of the very senior Brahmins while they are conversing. He should wait until the talk is finished. Let's take a look at footnotes number 19. Bharadwaja, apparently the footnote says, this is Kapatika's clan name. So this young guy is named Kapatika, is very rude. While the Brahmins are talking with the Buddha, he keeps broke in and interrupted the talk. So the Blessed One, the Buddha, scolded him. You should not interrupt our talk when we are talking. It's interesting how sometimes if you attend a Dhamma talk, maybe you will see some people always interrupt mid-talk. Saikyang nodding the head. Saikyang has some experience with that. I think Saikyang has also witnessed some. In public speeches, we call these people hecklers. They always interrupt, they always shout and interrupt the speech. So it's interesting to me that even in the Buddha's time, someone dares to interrupt the Buddhas. So we can see the realism in this sutta and how it's still happening even in the current, the modern day. Okay. When this was said, the Brahmin Chanki said to the Blessed One, Master Gautama shouldn't rebuke the Brahmin student Kapatika. This Brahmin student is very learned. He has a good delivery. He is wise. He can well take part in this discussion with Master Gautama. Okay, so number 12. Sister Shome, would you like to read?
Then the Blessed One thought, surely since the Brahmins honor him first, the Brahmin student Kapathika must be accomplished in the scriptures of the three Vedas. Then the Brahmin student Kapathika thought, when the ascetic Gautama catches my eye, I shall ask him a question. Then knowing with his own mind the thought in the Brahmin student Kapathika's mind, the Blessed One turned his eye toward him. Then the Brahmin student Kapathika thought, the ascetic Gautama has turned towards me. Suppose I ask him a question. Then he said to the Blessed One, Master Gautama, in regard to the ancient Brahmin hymns that have come down through oral transmission, preserved in the collections, the Brahmins come to the definite conclusion. Only this is true, anything else is wrong. What does Master Gautama say about this?
Okay, so show me. Okay, so finally a conversation breaks in between the Buddha and Kapathika, the Brahmin student who interrupted. Okay, so what did he ask the Buddha? Is exactly this line. What does this exactly mean? He asked the Buddha, because he is a Brahmins, then he tells the Buddha, in regards to the ancient Brahmin hymns, the Brahmin teachings, they have come down through oral transmission, preserved in the collections. The Brahmins come to the definite conclusion, only this is true, anything else is wrong. Then what does Master Gautama say about this? Then number 13, Sister Choi-Kwan, would you like to read?
How then, Bharadwaja, among the Brahmins, is there even a single Brahmin who says thus, I know this, I see this, only this is true. Anything else is wrong? No, Master Gautama. How then, Bharadwaja, among the Brahmins, is there even a single teacher or a single teacher's teacher back to the seventh generation of teachers who says that, I know this, I see this, only this is true. Anything else is wrong? No, Master Gautama. How then, Bharadwaja, the ancient Brahmin seers, the creators of the hymns, the composers of the hymns, whose ancient hymns that were formerly chanted, uttered, and compiled, the Brahmins nowadays still chant and repeat, repeating what was spoken and reciting what was recited. That is Ataka, Wamaka, Wamadewa, Vesamita, Yamatagi, Angirasa, Bharadwaja, Vesata, Kassapa, and Bhagu. Even these ancient Brahmin seers say thus, we know this, we see this, only this is true. Anything else is wrong. No, Master Gautama. Thank you.
Thanks, Sister Choi-Kwan. Okay, footnotes number 20. These are the ancient rishis whom the Brahmins regarded as the divinely inspired authors of the Vedic hymns. Yeah. Okay, so here the Buddha asked Bharadwaja back a series of questions. Yeah, is there a single Brahmin who dares to claim that, dares to say, I know this, I see this, only this is true, anything else is wrong? Yeah. For all the questions, Bharadwaja answers, no, Master Gautama. Okay, then continue with this. Sister Aikim.
So, Bharadaja, it seems that among the Brahmins, there is not even a single Brahmin who says thus, I know this, I see this, only this is true, anything else is wrong. And among the Brahmins, there is not even a single teacher or a single teacher's teacher, back to the seventh generation of teachers, who says thus, I know this, I see this, only this is true, anything else is wrong. And the ancient Brahmin shares, the creators of the hymns, the composers of the hymns. Even these ancient Brahmins did not say thus, we know this, we see this, only this is true, anything else is wrong. Suppose there were a file of blind men each in touch with the text. The first one does not see, the middle one does not see, and the last one does not see. So too, Bhararaja, in regard to their statement, the Brahmins seem to be like a file of blind men. The first one does not see, the middle one does not see, the last one does not see. What do you think, Bharadaja? That being so, does not the fate of the Brahmins turn out to be groundless? Thank you.
Thanks, Sister Akim. So this concludes the series of questions that the Buddha asked. Among the Brahmins, there's not even a single teacher, a single teacher's teacher, back to the 7 generations, who say thus, I know this, I see this, only this is true, anything else is wrong. Okay, and then the Buddha gave an analogy, a file of blind men, each in touch with the next. The first one does not see, the middle one does not see, the last one does not see. See? So in conclusion, he tell Bharadwaja, in regard to this statement, the Brahmins are like a file of blind men. Yeah. All those blind men, the blind men do not see. And then he asks again the question, what do you think, Bharadwaja? That being so, does not the faith of the Brahmins turn out to be groundless? And then this Bharadwaja replied the Buddha in number 14. Sister Sakyan, would you like to read?
The Brahmins honor this not only out of faith, Master Gautama, they also honor it as oral tradition. Bharadwaja, first you took your stand on faith, now you speak of oral tradition. There are 5 things, Bharadwaja, that may turn out in 2 different ways here and now. What 5? Faith, approval, oral tradition, reason, cogitation, and acceptance of a view as a result of pondering it. These 5 things may turn out in 2 different ways here and now. Now something may be fully accepted out of faith, yet it may be empty, hollow, and false. But something else may not be fully accepted out of faith, yet it may be factual, true, and unmistaken. Again, something may be fully approved of, well transmitted, well cogitated, well pondered, yet it may be empty, hollow, and false. But something else may not be well pondered, yet it may be factual, true, and unmistaken. Under these conditions, it is not proper for a wise man who preserves truth to come to the definite conclusion, only this is true, anything else is wrong.
Thanks, Sister Sakyan. Footnotes number 21. In Pali, Saddha, Ruchi, Anusava, Akara Parivitaka, Dithinijanakanti, of these 5 grounds for arriving at a conviction, the first 2 seem to be based primarily on emotion, the third to be an unquestioning acceptance of tradition, and the last two primarily rational or cognitive. The last three are included among the 10 unacceptable grounds for a belief in text chapter 3.2. The two different ways that each may turn out are true or false. Okay, let's take a look again. These five are faith approval, oral tradition, reason cogitation, and acceptance of a view. So here the footnote says, the first two are based on emotions. The third one is an unquestioning acceptance of tradition. And the last two is rational. So the Buddha starts to break it down, break these five elements one by one. The Buddha starts with faith. Faith may be fully accepted. Something may be fully accepted out of faith, yet it may be empty, hollow, and false. Yeah? This is one possibility. In contrast, something else may not be fully accepted out of faith, yet it may be factual, true, unmistaken. So this is the contrast. Let me use the blue. And then the Buddha repeats with the five elements. Something may be fully approved of, well transmitted, well cogitated, well pondered. Yeah. Yet it may be empty, hollow, and false. Yeah. But something else may not be well pondered. Yet it may be factual, true, and unmistaken. Here's blue. Because of this, it is not proper for a wise man to come to the conclusion only this is true, anything else is wrong. Footnotes number 22. It is not proper for him to come to this conclusion because he has not personally ascertained the truth of his conviction, but only accepts it on a ground that is not capable of yielding certainty. Okay. Any questions or comments so far? If not, I think we can stop here. We'll continue the reading next time. Let's do a dedication. 愿消三障诸烦恼，愿得智慧真明了。普愿罪障悉消除，世世常行菩萨道。阿弥陀佛。Till we meet again, may we be guided by the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Have a faithful Friday ahead.